infrastructure, components, computing, and all of that. The key thing, which I will not bore us more because we are not centering more on this, is hardware, software, and all of that. But the key thing I want us to take note here is the role ICT is the role this technology will play in national development. So the role is that the engine for a digital economy, smart governance, and global connectivity. See, this is what I tell most students when I have opportunity. Is this that we will solve our problem by ourselves. They won't come and solve because we have an idea of the problem. But what we need to do is to be able to be connected to see what are the global practice, what are the global things. Then with that understanding, we can now begin to apply them to our local problem to be able to solve them. So let's go to the other pillar, which is part of what we really need to look at. Talk about competence, skill, ethical conduct, discipline. You know, when we look at area of governance, we'll find out that is lacking. Professionalism is lacking. So we need to have it at the back of our mind that the core principle is what? Empathy, accountability, integrity, and service. That is the key thing about professionalism. Can we say as a nation we have been able to develop these core principles? Can I come up and hold my local government to say, look, you have to be a professional in this area, and these are the things that you must produce. Accountability is key in what we were looking at. So the role is that the role in development, build what? Trust, ensure quality, and safeguard resources. What that means is that if we all choose to be professional, if we all take professionalism as a key thing, it will bring trust. One of the greatest problems we have is the trust between either those leading and those following. The truth is that, yes, there is no reason, there is no fact, there is nothing on the table for us to even trust. Until we return back to professionalism, we might still be dreaming about national or nation development. So, we'll look at what then is the convergence between ICT and professionalism. One, efficiency. When we combine professionalism with ICT, then we begin to see efficiency in all we do. Then another thing is accuracy. Accuracy. If I may ask, well, transparency and all of that. If I may ask, if everybody seated here is to represent his or her own geopolitical zone, let me give that for an instance. And there is a fund made available and say, look, the fund is not enough, but we want to build a healthcare center for at least one or two geopolitical zone based on the money we have. Now my question would be, which zone do you think the money will go to? If we are all seated. No, which zone do you think? Let's look at it.
Not on South.
Which zone? You have represented each zone. No? You are seated with your own zone. Your people have told you are going there. Oh, please bring this thing home. Another person from that same point, he have been told, look, you are going down a but the money is not enough. My question will be, which zone do you think the money will be awarded to?
North and South.
Is that?
North and South.
North and South. Why did you say North and South? And I'm coming from, he said North and South. What happened to those in the East?
The three zones will come together.
What happened to those in the East?
They are under South, Southeast, Southwest, South.
Do you know?
So the three of them will bring one.
There will be what? You know there will be a big problem. That issue from that table might not be resolved. But on a true part of it, we can resolve it amicably. If we have the issue about national development and we have what we are dealing with, professionalism and ICT. Now we have removed sentiment away. Well, that's where the problem, that's where sentiment has not